Day one and all, my name is Kathy and I'd like to welcome you to this episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. Today I want to use up some more scraps and I have a lot of green scraps. So I have picked out three different patterns of greens that I have in my scrap pile. And I am going to cut them into hexagon shapes, and I haven't yet decided what size hexagon. And then I am going to place them all over the back of this and intersperse it with some gold washi tape and then cut a gold sentiment. I think I want this to be a birthday card, so I have pulled out some happy birthday die cuts, and I'm not sure which one of those I'm even going to use yet. I'm going to make my usual 5x7 card. This measures 10 inches by 7 inches, scored at the 5-inch mark, fold it over and crease it with your bone folder. Then I have a piece of green, which kind of coordinates. It's not the same shade, but I wanted it to be a little bit different. This measures 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and then I have a piece of white that measures 4 1/2 by 6 1/2. And once I get this covered with the hexagons and the washi tape, I am going to emboss it with this GinaK Swiss Dots embossing folder, and then I want to cut it out with one of these dies. So let me figure out, just move my glues aside here, what size hexagon. And this is the Waffle Flower Nesting Hexagon dies. I don't think I want these hexagons to be too large, but I don't want them to be too small either, where I'm here all day. I'm thinking I'm going to go with this size hexagon. So I'm going to pause the video while I go cut out all of these hexagons, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back, and I have cut out all of the hexagons that I want to use for this card. And this gold I'm going to use as a sentiment, I believe. So let's set those aside. Now I have some that I didn't have enough paper, so they cut a hair wonky. Those ones I'm going to use for like the top pieces. I want to kind of get these in position here to see how I want them to be. We'll use one of the wonky ones up here. I want that straight. Figuring out how to place them that's the wonky side, so that needs to go that way. And I want to put two of those together like that. Two of those. Kind of like that, and then I'll use the cutoff pieces to fill in these areas here. All right, so I'm going to grab another 4 1/2 by 6 1/2 sheet that I can just use. Now I'm going to lay down, in fact I might do that to the whole card. Let's just lay down some different strips of washi tape all the way across this card. And I'll alternate different patterns here. I'm not really being too selective as to what the design is. I just thought that the white and the gold would complement each other nicely. And the green goes along with the white and the gold. This way I'm using up washi tape. Now I think I'll go back to this rose. That's actually very pretty. We'll just use these three and alternate along here. See, my mind is going to a pattern again, but that's okay. That's how my mind works. So I'm, in essence, making my own patterned background for this card. And using up some product that might not normally get used. And then that'll give us the little bit of gold on the corner. Okay, now the edges that I am just going to fold over. That way I won't have any issues with washi tape that may not stick. But when you get to the top, it will tend to triple fold. So I want to just get rid of any corners that won't fold over nicely. I think I'll trim this one right like that, and then that'll fold just like that. Just gives it a little bit more security. And I'm just going to angle this corner a little bit more. And then that'll fold down. Now we have this real pretty patterned white and gold background. Didn't set out with this idea in mind, but I knew I wanted to use the washi tape. Okay, so that's how that looks. Now let's get our hexagons down. And I am going to use my glue. So let's get going. And this is the wonky one. So I want to make sure I have the edge being up slightly is what I mean by wonky. And this edge is wonky, so go like that and leave the washi tape in between. I'm trying to get that level across. You could use a T-square to make sure that yeah, that was actually very good. Okay. This will be a different looking card, though I am kind of growing fond of it. How the colors are kind of blending together. At least to my eyes. I'm anxious to see what this looks like once I emboss it. Okay, now I'm going to cut off the extra pieces here. And I'm just going to set them there because they do have glue on them. And I'm going to get this glue up off the mat. Now you could have put these down with a tape runner, but I found with washi tape that glue tends to work the best. At least this Tombow glue works for holding it, especially when they have the gold accent on them. Tape runners tend to pop off a little easier in my experience. But this Tombow, once stuck down, stays stuck down. All right, now I'm going to take these little extra pieces, if I have one that is the right size and dimension. Otherwise, I'm going to go back here and fill in just at the top. Get that straight and cut that off. Well, hold it in place. I guess I'll cut it from this direction, which no, I don't want to do that. I might cut my card. And let me just get a wet one. I will have this glue everywhere if I don't wipe it up now. And then over here, I need a polka dotted one. And that one's just not gonna be enough. And neither will that one. I don't have another polka dotted one. So, or is that one? Nope. We'll just put another green one here. Yeah, that'll look fine. Just gonna put it down on there, that'll be a little easier. Because I do have patterns of 2, so that'll work nicely. Using up my scraps, using the washi tape that might not normally have gotten used. And if I'm judicious, I can use that one here too. Haha. Though I think maybe this, no. These little corners just won't work, but I can use that here. But I don't want to. This one I'm just going to cut in half, glue it down. Okay, get up some of this glue, pick up these pieces parts, which now can go in the bin. Now, these had a little chance to dry, so let's cut this off. Okay, now let's put this in the embossing folder and see what happens with that. Okay, now for the Anagriffin Empress, you just need your A plate, a metal shim, embossing folder, and another A plate. Okay, let's see how this turned out. Oh, I like a little bit of glue on my folder here, so let's get that off. Don't want to glue my folder together. So you might, if you do glue something like that, you might want to set it aside for just a little bit to allow it to dry. If you don't want to get glue on your embossing folder like I did. But it came off, so all is good. Now, let's put the backs together. I want to see how this, I have a little bit of washi tape sticking out here. Let's see how that looks on that. Maybe I want to go with a gold background. All right, let me get a full sheet of the gold and we'll try that. Let's just see how it looks with the gold behind it before I cut the sheet. Yeah, that's what it needs. All right. This is the Spellbinders Gold Mirror cardstock. And I'm just going to cut that at 6 3/4. By 4 3/4. And I'll just cut 2 while I'm here. Then I will have one for the next time. All right. Yes, that looks good. Now, I want to cut this down now. And I don't know if I want to do one of the wavy edges from the waffle flowers or the stitched edge. So let's see which one will fit. Let's see. Oh yes, we'll do this one. Now for that, you do need your magnetic mat, your paper, your die. Well, let's get this on here. Let's see, we got it straight. All right. Now let's cut that out. Did that cut? Let's run that through with the, I'm going to put the metal shim on top of it. It didn't cut all the way through, and that's because I think it has multiple layers. Let's see if that did any better. Yes, it did. Yeah, well, not quite. All right, let's try putting, let's see. We'll put this on as a shim also. All right, let's see if that made a difference. I think it should. Yes, it did. Good. It just had so many thicknesses of paper and tape. There. That is nice. That's the first time I've had to use multiple shims. But then it's also the first time I've done all this to a card too. All right, so let's see how it looks on the gold. Oh, that looks nice. Now I am going to pop this up a little bit using This is a 1/2 inch low loft foam tape. No, we'll go this way. And then I'll angle cut that. And then I'm just going to put one catty corner here. And that should do it. There we go. Now let's put this on our background and then get our sentiment. It almost needs a flower. I think we need a flower. Let me put you on pause. I'm going to go get my flower dies and see what we have. I found some Spellbinders flowers, and I want to use this stem. And I have no idea where that one came from. I'm going to do this. You know what? I'm going to cut that out of that green that I did not use from before. And then we'll cut out the flower in white. If I'd have thought I'd have moved that down, then I'd have been able to use that later on. But that's okay. It'll go across like this, and then I'm going to do a white flower. Let's put this back on that folder where I got it from. I'll set that over here. Okay. And I'm going to use, let's see, I want a smaller flower. So I will do 3 layers. Cut that out of a white scrap here. And this is from Spellbinders. I just don't remember the name of the set. Okay, we have a nice little white flower, and we're going to cut out Happy Birthday. And I like this, let's see. This is one of my favorite. It's like a swirly font. This one here. No idea where that one came from. And I'm going to do that in gold. I had this gold scrap from before. Okay. Put happy birthday on there, and I want to get a gold gem for in the center. All right, let's get this put together now. See if my glue will come out of the bottle. No. All right, so come on, glue. Not that much. Trying to stay on camera here. I apologize if I go off from your viewing area. And then I have Zots. These are glue dots. That's the large one, and I want to put the flower right in the center of that. And then I have miniscule Zots for the smaller ones. And I'll put a little Zot on this also because I had to take the backing off. Fold that under. Put that in the center. And then let's do our happy birthday. And then this card I think will be done. I don't think it needs any other sparkle. It's just getting this birthday on. We're going to put that right there. And I'm going to get a little stamping block just to, well, I thought I was. I'll reuse my water bottle. Since my fingers are a little sticky from the glue, this will help hold it down. And that's our card for today. I hope you enjoyed the process. Get out your washi tape, your different shaped dies, embossing folders, and just have fun. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. I just want to show you some cards that I got in the Craft Roulette card exchange. This one was just so cute. These are little A2 cards, and she used this beautiful butterfly paper and Want to Hear a Joke? Decaf. I thought that was just so adorable. This came from a lady who's now become a friend from the Netherlands. And that's just a beautiful card. And she even did the inside with a little strip of the butterfly paper. And then this is my birthday month, so I got this card. It's an adorable card with a cupcake, and it looks like she used glossy accents or something to make that sparkle. Just a beautiful little card, and I love how she put the cupcakes on the inside. And that was from Sharon, no last name on that one. And then this card, it is so sweet, from Cindy Elkins. And it's just beautiful. She even stamped on the inside. And I just wanted to show you those. There is no way that I have found on the card exchange to say thank you to these people so far. But that's a nice set of cards. And then I'll show you the card that we finished today.